This is for all the media.
Well, that's not our fault. That's the information.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with you. We don't need your photo. We're not, like, they're not gonna. What are they gonna do with your photo?
Wow.
No, but it's not gonna go anywhere.
That's
But it's not
crazy.
gonna go
That
anywhere.
is rude as
No, but I'm saying they're working for the press.
Sorry.
TikTok Australia got exposed for their racism towards black women who attended TikTok Award 2 days ago. So some black women who attended TikTok Award 2 days ago hide their camera to record mistreatment and racism treatment they face in the hands of TikTok workers during the award show.
I will no longer be attending the TikTok Awards because I'm tired of being treated like this. This is a TikTok staff member saying, "We don't need your photo." What are they going to do with your photo? It's not going to go anywhere. Now, I'm assuming when he says we, because he works for TikTok Australia, he's saying TikTok Australia doesn't need our photos. So why are we here? Why are you inviting creators if this is a celebrity event? If that's what you're wanting, then say that. If you're inviting creators to be seat fillers, fill up your audience so that when the TV network plays your event, that they see that there's so many people there, then let the creators know that they're being invited as audience members and not as content creators. Don't go treating people like shit and then prioritizing whoever you choose over other creators. Every year that I've been to the awards, they always have 2 separate carpets. They have a media wall, which you can kind of just get in fast, get your photo. And then they have another one where you can get interviews. They'll usually have people interviewing content creators. That's how last year the whole Is Being an Influencer Hard video went viral. That's the interviews they do. I've spoken to other creators about how they get to that interview stage because me personally, I've always just stayed in the background and I've never felt that I could go to the media wars because, to be honest, in Australia, like black content creators, they don't know us like that. This year, I thought I've been in the background. The last 3 years I've attended, I might as well just try to do an interview. I might as well just try to be more involved with the press side of things, you know? Because again, one of the biggest things that we struggle with as black creators is being seen in Australian media. When you see these articles about TikTok content creators, you're rarely seeing the black content creators because we're not going to do these interviews at the events. We're not going to speak to press. We're not being seen on these articles as Australian TikTok content creators. In fact, the biggest question I get...
I was going to say the most common thing you guys say to me when you meet me in real life is this.
I didn't know that you're from Australia. I thought you were from the UK or I thought you lived in the US. And why do they think that? Because they don't see us in Australian media. How this whole thing happened is we heard that there's a media wall upstairs. We went upstairs. Again, there's no security that's like stopping you. It's not barred off or anything. We line up, get to the front, and one of the, I guess, staff members was like, "Oh, are you a nominee or a presenter?" And I was like, "No, we're just content creators." And then she goes, "Oh, sorry, they're only wanting to interview nominees and presenters." I was just kind of like, oh, because I saw someone that I'm mutuals with, they're doing an interview. They weren't a nominee. They weren't a presenter. They were, like me, a content creator that was invited to attend. It was just a bit like, oh. But anyways, the lady goes, "But if you guys want to take photos, you can just go over there." She points at the wall where there's the photographers, and she's like, "I can guide you guys there, but if you just want your photo taken, you can go there." So we went to line up in that section because we're like, oh, okay, if the press don't want to do interviews with creators this year, let's go take a photo. The photographer that was there, he was kind of like, "You're not supposed to enter from this way," like the way where we were. And we just told him, "Oh, we were told to come here." And I guess he was a bit confused, but he just continued taking photos anyways. And then everyone else from the media, like that were doing interviews, they were coming through. So there's a photographer was taking their photos. So we're just standing there and waiting. This man approached with so much aggression. The thing is, it wasn't only us in the line. There was other people behind us. And he came directly to us, like he was speaking directly to us when he said that.
Nah, don't come through this way.
I know.
There's a system. There's a really good system.
Sorry guys, we're gonna have to go the other way.
No, so, okay, we were over there, and then the lady said that you guys have to come this way, because that's for the
Media. Yeah.
So then she said, I'll bring you guys here. So then we came here.
Okay, stay
So
here.
that's what we
You don't need to be on the media wall. You don't have to be on the media wall.
Pardon?
If you don't need to be on the media wall, that's why they told you to pay
Oh, no. So basically, we're over there, the whole bar, and then she told us, obviously, that's for the presenters and media.
Yeah. So is this.
Downstairs.
There's a media wall. If you just want to get your photo taken for yourself, go downstairs. Yeah, but this is for all the media.
Well, that's not our fault. That's the information.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with you. We don't need your photo. We're not, like, they're not gonna. What are they gonna do with your photo?
Wow.
No, but it's not gonna go anywhere.
That's
But
crazy.
It's not gonna go
That is
anywhere.
rude as
No, but I'm saying they're working
Yeah,
for the
but
press.
Guys, so sorry.
Yeah, but it's not our fault that we're given the wrong information.
That is rude. What do we say? Oh, what do we need your photos for? It's not going anywhere.
What?
Okay.
So we're kind of like, whoa. And we know what he meant by that. What are they going to do with your photos? Because who are you guys? Because why else would you say, we don't want your photos? What are we going to do with your photo? What are you going to do with the photos of the people that you're taking photos of? He said what he said. He said it with his chest. And then as we were talking, my friend Maxi takes out her phone to take like a video of his face. Because at this point, I even forgot that I was recording. I forgot because I was recording so that I can hand the phone to my friend Maxi so that she can take videos of me getting my photos taken. But then he approached and it just went like, even after him saying this, we were actually trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, us getting the wrong information was not your fault, but what you just said right there, that's your fault. When he noticed that my friend Maxi was recording him, that's when he turned around, he came back up to us and he goes, guys, I wasn't trying to be nasty. It's just these photographers, they work for the Daily Telegraph. And then he basically put the blame on the photographers, saying like, it's them. Like, they're nasty. They don't want photos of you guys.
Do you know what's gonna happen? These photographers all work for I work for TikTok. Yeah. But they all work for the Daily Telegraph, and they're gonna literally just rip everyone's heads off. They'll just go, get out of our way. They're nasty press photographers. They're not nice people.
And guess what, guys? That experience did not only happen to me, it did not only happen to Maxi, Zoe, you know, the people I was with, it did not only happen to them, it also happened to multiple Black creators. And the fact that they were saying that this wall is for nominees and press only, and this is how they treated their only Black nominee. So I actually asked Florence if she's okay with me to share her experience, because she was pretty upset about it yesterday. She was invited by TikTok, flown in by TikTok, because she was nominated as a beauty creator. Guess how they treated her? She told us that the photographer refused to take her photo. Another creator, Aisha, had to step in because, again, guys, I don't know if you ever met Florence. I met her for the first time yesterday. She is honestly the sweetest, most gentle, shy person. It just annoys me that, like, we have to experience this. She shouldn't be there as a nominee getting yelled at by photographers that you hired TikTok. Daily Telegraph did not just wake up and start taking photos at the event. They spoke to you. No one at TikTok Australia was intervening. So how are you gonna say that this is only for the nominees and press, and you're treating your one Black nominee like this? Guys, Florence was so upset. She said that this is her first and last TikTok award. She's not returning. Every Black creator that I spoke to said that they're not returning as well. And I hope they make their videos, because this needs to be called out. Eunice, another friend of mine and another Black content creator, experienced the same thing. Black content creators are scared to speak up sometimes because the racist Australian public will always go in their comment section, oh, you're playing the victim again, you're playing the victim. We wouldn't be victims if they weren't perpetrators. If you treated people with decency and respect, they wouldn't have to be a victim of your mistreatment. This year was my last award show because no, I'm not going to do another year of disrespect. Ladies and gentlemen, another villain has entered the chat. Meet Mitch Ross. Now, the one person I did not talk about is Mitch Ross because I didn't have his information at the time. Mitch Ross is the one that refused to take Florence's photo and yelled at her on the carpet. Yeah. If you guys don't know Florence, she was nominated for Beauty and Fashion Creator of the Year by TikTok Australia, and she was flown out for this experience.
Before we watch other black creators who also experience the same thing, I want to tell you one thing as a black woman. Be sure you remove yourself in any place that disrespects you. This is the thing I tell myself as a black woman living in China. I love Chinese people. I have friends as Chinese, but I give myself that respect. Any place I go to, if I am not welcome, I leave. And also, I disconnect myself from a lot of activities that I feel like I'm not welcome there. That if I go there, some people make me feel some kind of way. I remove myself. This is what I'm telling you guys. Removing yourself from anything that disrespects you does not mean that you are scared. It means that you value yourself, value your time, and value your words. But let's watch other people say their own side of the story. This is so very heartbreaking.
Good morning, guys. So the TikTok Awards was yesterday. It was very overwhelming, to say the least. It was very overwhelming, but also something happened that kind of like I'm still trying to process it right now. I'm not like, I like speaking up, but I feel like in that situation, it was just so overwhelming. I didn't want to be around. So basically, there was like media, there was like a pink carpet, red carpet or whatever. And me and this other creator, she's also a person of color, we went on the carpet to get our photos taken because as we should, we got nominated. What the hell? We went on and I kid you not, there was like, I think 4 photographers. And there was this photographer that was wearing a blue cap. And I got on and literally he didn't take a photo. And then how it's supposed to work is like, we're all supposed to like just kind of rotate. Like, so you get your photos taken, then you talk to media and then you get off the carpet. But like this guy literally didn't take any photos. And then he was telling me to get off. And I was like, but I thought I was supposed to go and then now do the media, like do interviews. And obviously I don't know what's going on, so I just got off. But it was just so embarrassing because I'm like, what do you mean you didn't take any photos and you literally just shuffled me off stage? And then I've seen him take lots of photos of other people. And then the other content creator, she went and told one of the workers at TikTok. And then I think they went and told him. So then he was literally marching at me. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like the way he was coming at me, it was not like, oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna try to keep this level-headed and calm, okay? Because I am not feeling level-headed at all. I wanna talk about my experience at the TikTok Awards yesterday. I'm gonna sit down for this because I'm just a little bit nervous. Okay, that's weird because I'm never nervous. What the hell? If you haven't watched Nielle's video, I'm gonna tag her below. She goes into everything in details plus receipts. So I'm just gonna give you a summary. The TikTok Awards yesterday was just not it. It was extremely crowded. So we had 2 media walls. There was a media wall downstairs. So you know, like the backdrop that says TikTok Award? Yeah. And there was one upstairs. So we went upstairs because the line was, guys, the line. So we decided to go upstairs. The line was still really long. But so we stayed in the line for a while. As soon as we got to the front of the line to take our photos, a lady there stopped us and she was like, sorry, this is just for nominees and presenters only. If you want your photos taken, go to the other side to take your photos. So we were like, okay. She even offered to come with us, but then I don't know, I looked back and she wasn't coming with us. We went to where this lady told us to go to and we're waiting for like the photographer, and he basically just looked at us like, who are these pobos? I'm sorry, I have to laugh, otherwise I'm gonna get really angry because I am really angry. He looked at us and basically refused to take our photos. We're like, okay, well, like, what's going on? So we were just standing there confused, like, what's going on? Because I looked over and there were creators creators that weren't nominees or presenters having interviews over there. Like, I could see with my own eyes. So a guy from the crowd just walked right up to us, and like, he was looking like he was going on a mission. It was just like, you know, we're not taking your photos. And I was like, they told us to come here. Like, what is going on? And he basically turned to us and he said, we don't want your photos. What are we going to do with your photos? Like, who are you, basically? Like, who do you think you are? One thing about me is nobody can make me feel small. Nobody in any industry can make me feel small. We've been dealing with this kind of stuff for many years in this industry. I have been a creator for so long, guys. Everyone gets so surprised when they hear Australian. That's because, like Neil said, they never see us in media, because when we want to put our faces there, they'd be like, yeah, sorry, like, who do you think you are? This didn't just happen to us. They also refused to take a photo of a black nominee, because I'm sure they're like who the hell? The only reason I'm speaking on this today is because I feel like I owe it to my fellow black creators to, you know, I've been in this industry for a while, guys. Like, if you haven't seen my face, yes, I'm actually Australian. Just really wanted to speak on this and bring everyone's attention to what's happening. The whole thing was so embarrassing, but somehow it wasn't like surprising. This awards is meant to bring people together, not segregate people even further, not to make people feel small and irrelevant. Frankly, that's not cool, okay? I'm a mom of 2 kids, okay? Life is already busy enough. I flew from Melbourne to Sydney to attend the event, did my hair, my makeup, everything. I have laundry that I could be doing at home, okay? I didn't come all this way to be disrespected. There is a lot more to the story. Just go watch Nielle's video. I really want to just enjoy my child-free day. It's just the skin color. It's not that deep, okay? Anyway, that's all I want to say from now. I need to go rest. Just too much drama. I don't like drama at all. Oh my God.
So many creators have replied to this video. People are giving their own opinion, saying what they feel about it. I got video from black women and white women because I feel like they are the most important people on this subject. So we are going to shake black women, what some black women said about this, and also going to look at what white women, because I saw a lot of white women who are standing up for black women who are making TikTok videos about this, and I love this, honestly. I also saw a lot of people in the comment section of the first creator telling her that it is not that deep, like trying to shut her up. It is so very crazy when black people come on social media, especially black women come on social media to say something or say anything that they experience somewhere. People would love to shut them up. People will try to shut them up. I also watched a video of Australian man saying that they did not do that because of their skin color, which is lie. But one thing is clear, I prefer the way YouTube do all these things. YouTube do not bring everybody together so that people will feel disrespected. YouTube have YouTube Black, where they organize this award for black people and for black people in Africa, most especially. I love that, honestly. I wish TikTok would do the same. Instead of them coming to TikTok to apologize after they have cast them and expose them for being racist.
They want black creators to feel so grateful to be in a room that they'll never critique that room. Like, never feel too grateful or appreciative to be in a room that it comes at the cost of your dignity. Like, I'm so sorry. They will try to make you feel so grateful and appreciative and like have some sort of debt for having a seat at the table. Whole time the seat is an electric chair. It's 3 legs on that chair. Non-reclining. The way that the black creators were treated at the TikTok Australia Awards, while it's not surprising, it was really gross to see, but I'm so glad that Niall caught that on camera, because I feel like it's harder to deny, even though people will still deny it and be like, oh, well, it's not about race, maybe it's about blah, 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 blah. They will make up 100 alternate hypotheses rather than trying to like even listen to the one that's usually the most probable. And to the people that are saying, oh, don't make it about race, stop being a victim, blah, blah, blah. Sure, let's go by your perspective, albeit very reductive and very ignorant. Let's follow that for a second. Regardless, that staff member was still so hostile and aggressive and very unprofessional. And that's me being nice, okay? It wasn't until he saw the camera that he started to backtrack and deflect. And it really highlights how like black creators are always dismissed until it's time for accountability. And that's why when people get under the comments and they're like, oh, you guys are always complaining or like blah, blah, blah. No, it's just because you don't give black creators any visibility until it's time to hold someone accountable. Like, maybe pay attention the rest of the time. And also, has it ever occurred to these people that say, oh, stop making it about race, stop always talking about race, blah, 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 that knock, knock, like, there wouldn't be a need to talk about this if these perpetrators weren't always perpetrating. But anyways, BIPOC creators should not be told to just feel lucky and grateful to even be in the room when their work helps to shape and build the culture that room profits off. Like, it's so annoying to see these creators be treated like decoration. Like, you sit there and shush. No, treat them with the same like professionalism, dignity, respect that you give all the other creators.
What happened at this year's Australian TikTok Awards is not a once-off, it is an ongoing trend. And frankly, if you're not picking up on the trend, you are not paying attention. If you are confused and need context, please go and watch Neil's video. I've tagged her below and she came with the receipts. Otherwise, you can watch Maxi's, Eunice's, Florence, all black women and creators like myself who individually experienced this at the event. And I don't know about you, but I feel like anyone would be confused if you invited them to an event that's meant to celebrate them, only to tell them to get out because nobody wants to see them there.
This has nothing to do with you. We don't need your photo. We're not, like, they're not gonna, what are they gonna do with your photo?
But they weren't saying that to everyone. And that's okay, because that man, if we can even call him that, who kicked me, Niall, and Maxi off the red carpet, did us a favor. Because now we have evidence, baby. The problem, and the reason why the Australian industry has been able to hide this for so damn long, is because the disrespect, disregard, and discrimination, not unlike racism in Australia in general, is veiled. It's subtle. So how can you call out something everybody else is pretending not to see? But just because it's mostly microaggressions doesn't mean it doesn't have an impact. Which is why you might notice that a lot of your favorite black creators from Australia go through waves where they don't post for a little bit, because who wouldn't lose motivation when you are fighting an uphill battle? Fighting to be valued by people who don't even want to see you. Speaking from my own first-hand experiences of working as a full-time content creator when I moved to Sydney, this is about more than just TikTok. Even though clearly they are one of the culprits, and a quick look at the official TikTok Australia page will tell you everything you need to know. I mean, we all know how this industry works, right? The more you post, the more engagement, the more followers, and the more opportunities you get, right? No. In Australia, if you're a black creator, the rules are different. You see, the threshold you need to reach in order to even get a seat at the table is 2, maybe 3 times higher. And even if you reach that threshold, there's still a good chance you'll get overlooked. More often than not, we have to sit back and watch different colored creators who don't even match our level of effort, creativity, and let's be real, engagement, not only get paid, but flown out, nominated, and treated like VIPs when we're meant to just show up for free and be grateful. And even when we do get a seat at the table, there's a good chance it's more for the sake of performing inclusion rather than them actually wanting to include and cater for us. This is based on my experiences, mine. But also a lot of the stories I've heard from fellow friends and creators. Funny thing is, people are going to start to think that we coordinated this, but the reality is that this is the result of this happening time after time after time till we reach our limit. For me, it has been exhausting, isolating, anxiety-inducing, and in the last 2 years, it has tainted what was a childhood dream and should be a real achievement. I'm a sensitive soul, so I've cried about this at length already, and they don't even deserve a single drop of my tears, but I can't make this video without at least saying thank you to you. You and this community that we've built is literally the only reason that I'm still here doing this. That and the little girl who deserves to see someone who looks like her on her screen. And that's why for me, the TikTok Awards was a reminder that I don't really have much to lose.
Honestly, what she said is true. This is a pattern. This have been going on for a long time. There's one that went viral the other day, a black woman that braid hair. They disrespected her in London or somewhere in the UK because of this same TikTok award. I don't understand, but honestly, I feel somehow about TikTok. I honestly feel somehow about TikTok. I prefer YouTube. I prefer how YouTube do their thing, because if you go check YouTube, even if you go to YouTube channel today, you see a lot of black people. YouTube have more inclusiveness than a lot of social media platforms, especially when it comes to their staff, because if they have black staff, they wouldn't be able to treat black people badly the way they treat black people badly. I'm not saying that TikTok don't have black staff, but I feel like their black staff may not be as much as YouTube. Like, YouTube is so very inclusive. Honestly, I don't know, maybe I'm being biased, but YouTube seems more inclusive than a lot of social media platforms. But guys, let's see what white women are saying about this, because a lot of them are defending black women.
We are taught in this industry not to speak up, but not saying something is saying something. So I'm here to say something as a white presenting multi-Australian who attended the TikTok Awards. First and foremost, I just want to apologize to those beautiful black creators who were treated like absolute garbage. That is not okay, period. If you're unaware of what happened, I've tagged the creators in the caption, so please go and give them some love. Go and watch their videos to get the full context. You may have seen other creators that attended the awards talk about the experience, like the event itself, like there was no free food, there was no free drinks, but in my opinion, that is such a minuscule issue compared to this. I also just want to add that I don't want to come across as some white savior, but as a white passing Māori who will never have these kinds of experiences, it would be absolutely wrong of me not to bring awareness to this, especially because I attended. One of, if not the most important thing that I speak about on my platform, is not judging and treating someone based on the way that they look. So that's why I felt so compelled to make this video, and I know that this probably means I'm never going to attend any future TikTok events, but to be honest, I don't really feel comfortable associating and attending things like that when this is how they treat their people of color. Moving forward, I hope TikTok Australia listens and learns from this, as no one should be made to feel like that.
I attended the TikTok Awards as a nominee, and I needed to come out in defense of another nominee who flagged her experience of racism with the photographers on the red carpet. Photographers that weren't from TikTok, but were from various media outlets. And many people in the comments were saying, oh, well, they were just there to photograph big celebs. They were just there for nominees. She was a nominee, number one. And number two, they took my photo. And I am a fucking nobody. And granted, I've not seen the photo. I'm sure the photo was deleted shortly after taking it. But like, I had an interview on the red carpet. I walked through. Nobody gave me any trouble because I was nominee. They took my photo and that was that. So why wasn't that her experience? If we ever want to see change, then we need to call out this kind of behavior. And like, it just is such a shame because like for me, the TikTok Awards was such a positive experience, not because of the red carpet or like the actual award itself, but just like all of the creators I met who were so supportive and so wonderful, including Florence. And so I just want to have her back because yeah, she deserves that. And we as creators should all stand together to try and make this a more positive and inclusive community.